Good morning. There is barely still morning. Today I cycled up the Camel Trail to Wenfordbridge, and I'm just going to go for a bit of a walk around on Bodmin Moor. It's a very warm October day today. Not sure exactly where I'm going at the moment. I have a route that I drew uploaded on my watch, so I'm just going to follow that for as long as it's feasible to do so. I think I've reasonably got about 5 hours from now to get back to my bike and then cycle back. Otherwise it will start to be getting dark, so if it looks like I'm not going to finish the route that I've got, then I'll just find a shortcut back or something. We'll see how it goes. Passed a few footpaths already, which looked interesting. Would like to just go and explore them, but I'm a bit limited on time. Didn't get out as early as I would have hoped this morning. Now I've come to a footpath that I am following. It is very muddy. Possibly would have been an idea to wear boots today. Didn't really think about it. Still just wear my running shoes because they're way more comfortable. Even though they are very much worn out. I have got some new ones, but I haven't worn them yet. I need to start wearing them in soon so that I can switch. I think my shoes have done well over 1,000 kilometers, but they still feel quite good. Somehow. quite a nice path that I'm walking here. So regardless of the fact that it currently looks like it should be summer, we are coming to the end of the year. Reach the point where we get more darkness than daylight. And that just means it's a bit more difficult to get out for longer walks or anything. So I have to start thinking more about what kind of stuff I'll be able to do over the winter. Hello. I was thinking earlier, stuff like this looks like it'll be really nice once it gets cold. The days are a bit darker. Maybe if we get some snow. I think this just seems like a nice place to explore in general. Quick look out around the landscape. So I guess I've just kind of walked around the outside of St. Breward. Just walking past the church, there should be a footpath going this way. And then should be out onto the open moor before too long. Fairly sure that whichever way I'm going is not quite the way I'm supposed to be going. Sometimes difficult to follow these footpaths. You can see where the path is from here because of the way the grass lies flatter. I don't know how I ended up losing it. if I can not lose the path this time. Supposedly it's this direction. I'm just walking through the fields like this. Kind of reminds me of where I was walking in Wales. I'm once again way off the path. Just checking my watch. I'll walk around the outside of all the animals. It's very beautiful up here on a clearer day. Feels like every time I've been to the moor recently, it's been like grey and raining. Hopefully I'll be able to see a lot today. Probably don't do stuff like this often enough. It's very nice and calm and peaceful out on the moor by yourself. Anyway, this hill coming up, you may remember from my Boscastle to Wadebridge route. I crossed over that hill and then I went along that way. Just getting to the top of this hill. Next one will be Rough Tor and Brown Willy. Hoping I can move with a little more vigour along this hard path. Make up a little bit of the time. Some of the terrain around here is not easy to walk on. It will slow me down. And like I already said, I do kind of have limited time to do this today. But I think at the moment my pace has been okay. And on the way back generally will be a bit more downhill, so probably should be fine. I just don't want to end up trying to cycle in the dark. I have a torch, but I don't know that it'd be any good for cycling with. Back on the grass, walking towards Rough Tor. That is, of course, the second highest point in the county. The highest one being Brown Willy, just over there. Feel somehow like I need to just be very quiet walking along here. Just sort of give the land the appreciation that it deserves. I don't know. Just having like a nice time looking around. Foot of Rough Tor. I suppose the best way to go up is to follow this path over to the main path up, which is somewhere in front of me. You can just kind of climb up these stones if you are so inclined. I have done it once before, but I don't really want to do that. To the top. See right down to the coast over there. So, in the interest of time, I should probably go straight across to Brown Willy from here, rather than going across like the two smaller peaks. On Raftor. It's not really a significant distance, but I just need to make sure that I'm gonna be back before it's getting too dark, really. You can never tell where you're supposed to go down here, really. Just coming down to the bottom of Brown Willy in the valley between Raftor and Brown Willy. On top of Brown Willy. Not too much time to hang around and take in the views, unfortunately. There are almost always people at the top as well. Still don't quite know where we were going on that Smuggler's Way. We just like went down the side here somewhere. I think there's what looks like a path down there, and then went to the hills in that direction. But on the day, like, you couldn't see any of that because it was rainy and low visibility. Keep to the waymarked path. If there is a waymarked path, I will keep to it then. Anyway, some downhill now. I'd say I could make up some of the time that I lose going uphill, but to be honest, with like the type of ground that you're walking on, it's not a whole lot faster. see a way marker. Here's another way marker. Got less than 10k left to go along the path that I've got on my watch to follow, which is good because I have already done more than I was supposed to have at this point, but I should be able to do that distance in plenty of time to get back before it's dark. At least I hope. Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon, because if this is the stuff that I'm going to be walking on. This is not good. Okay, it's flattening out now. Lots more of this horrible, uneven, wet, muddy ground. Some ruins of an old house. I wonder if you can just go in there, look around. Were I not short on time, then maybe I would. It's been quite slow going today. Like every kilometre is a couple of minutes more than I might expect it to be. And that will add up. Just means I don't really have time to stop anywhere. Bit of a shame really, because there are a lot of places where there's nice stuff to see. It looks like I'm heading for these trees. Should I use the style? Maybe not. The difference between being in the sun and being in the shade in terms of temperature, it just feels like huge today. See Raftor once again in the distance. I am just out on the open moor now. So while I'm here, let's quickly check out this historical site. I think they call this King Arthur's Hall. So presumably it was an ancient building of some sort. Present day is just this rectangular structure of standing stones and hedging. And some boggy ground. I guess that's just an interesting thing to look at quickly. I don't know any more information about it really, unfortunately. Again, this is like things I should look up before I come out so that I can talk about it, but that's fine. I haven't visited this before. I've been like straight past it. I've walked across here before, but I didn't come down this particular path, so I hadn't actually been in here before. It's like late afternoon at this point. I am like painfully aware of the length of the shadows and the height of the sun in the sky. Should still be fine to get back before it's dark, but I may not be far off the point where it's dark by the time I do get back. Also continues to be very hot today, considering it's October. This genuinely feels like one of the hottest days we've had this year. Fairly sure I can see the River Camel over there. I think I can even see Stepper Point and the watchtower thing up there, down on the coast. Very good visibility, if that is what I'm seeing anyway. It's in the right general direction. Maybe I'm just imagining what I can see. Almost out of sight though, now that I'm coming down this hill. It wouldn't show up on the camera because it's too small. So my route back to the end of the trail will be the same one that I've done before. Just following this road through St. Broad, then down the hill to the end of the Camel Trail. Kind of looking forward to that winter aesthetic. Where the days are a bit darker, the trees are bare, the air is cold. But also, I don't know, kind of not looking forward to it in a way as well. Definitely not looking forward to the end of the month, and the clocks will change, and then it will be dark an hour earlier. It's always annoying to adjust to that. Somehow at the same time, I'll also kind of miss summer. Maybe not so much this year. I think I mentioned in a different video, but I kind of missed out on just having these chill out summer days this year, I think. It was in part due to probably being a bit busier and the weather not being quite so good. Last look out. Going downhill very shortly. Just arriving back to where I started walking from, and I guess with that I shall wrap up the video. Walked just over 25k around Bodmin Moor. Hope you enjoyed it. It was a nice day out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.